Hi, what's up, y'all? My name is Aaron Mallory, aka MrLetGo, and welcome to another edition of Aaron After Dark. And tonight we're about to ask a very important question to the women. Are you a pookie picker? I'll say it again. Are you a pookie picker? Are you a loser chooser? So that is what we're going to talk about. And I got a lot of women on Instagram like, what is that? What is a pookie picker? You know darn well what a pookie picker is. So some of y'all are acting like you don't know. But this is what we're going to talk about tonight because this is something that keeps happening and we have to get to the bottom of it. Because guess what? I have a very good understanding of why it's happening. There's so many women on a normal basis who are choosing guys that are, not necessarily losers, but guys that like aren't as smart as you, guys that don't have as much as you, guys who like don't even have anywhere to stay. They might be living with an uncle or whatever. And for the simple fact that you are tired of the dating world and tired of this, you choose this freaking pookie. And then what's crazy is later on, you get mad when he turns out to be what he actually said he was when you met him. It's almost like going up on the bridge and going to a to a homeless guy. You're like, yo, you know what? If I like shower you up, if I encourage you a little bit, if I find you a job, you'll be the perfect man for me. And the homeless guy under the bridge will say, okay. You bring him in your house, you clean him up, give him a shower, you tell him about what job is out there, or whatever. And what do you think is going to happen after that? He ain't going to go. He ain't going to go. And then you start fussing at him and get mad that he wouldn't go. But guess what? He was a homeless guy. And I know this is just a funny example, but that's what a lot of women are doing. You'll get with a guy who doesn't really have anything, doesn't have any drive, doesn't have any ambition. And just because you're with him or he's with you, you think you can like inject ambition in him. And that's not how life goes, and I see it on a normal basis. Ladies, you are so hard up on wanting to skip steps. And you just simply think you can get what you want with half of a man. And you think you can add the other half of him to the equation and think it's going to work. But the answer is you can't. Because he is who he is. It was a young lady on Clubhouse just now asking a question, and she just said, hey, I just don't understand. I'm dating this guy. We've been together for 5 years, and he just won't get a job. He won't do this. He won't do that. And I'm just so frustrated, right? And I came on and I just asked, okay, so who's the head of the household? And she said, oh, I've been paying the majority of bills through the whole 5 years. And I'm like, okay, so if that's the case, why are you angry? She's like, because he's the man. The man is supposed to lead, right? I said, no, you chose a pookie. So pookies aren't supposed to lead. Pookies don't do all that stuff. And she couldn't really do anything but just, deal with it on her own. And then she starts to say, well, how do I let go? How do I move on? How do I do this? How do I do that? And I simply just let her know, like, yo, I want to say this. Moving on isn't the problem. And I want all you ladies to listen right. Listen to what I'm about to say. And make sure to hit the like button right now. Make sure to hit the like button right now. But you have to change, or if you don't change, you're going to end up choosing another guy just like this guy after you get rid of this guy. Because in a lot of cases, it's not him. He's the homeless guy under the bridge. You got to figure out what is causing you to go up under a bridge. You know, I'm making jokes. To go up under a bridge and actually take a homeless guy and bring him to your house. Do you just imagine if your sister actually did that in real life? She actually got a homeless guy and cleaned him up and started fussing at him for not getting a job. When you look at her like, what are you talking? What are you doing? He's a homeless guy. What do you expect him to do? He's homeless. You thought he was homeless because he was late on his mortgage and his big house and he lost his house and that. In a lot of cases, no, it's laziness, drug addict. You know, it's been to prison. You know, and in a lot of cases, the people that are homeless choose to be homeless. You know, some of these homeless guys, they be chilling. You know, and some of these homeless guys, this is going to be crazy. Some of these homeless guys were just like your ex-boyfriends. They were living with a woman and the woman kicked him out. And now he's homeless. And this is what happens. So the bottom line is this. You choosing a guy that isn't necessarily on your level, not as ambitious as you, not as smart as you, has some emotional issues, and you're with them because you guys have the same traumatic upbringing, you know, the whole trauma bonding stuff. See, a lot of you know what you're doing, but you get mad when what you know that you're doing starts to backfire. It's almost like picking up a stray dog or a stray cat on the side of the street, and you take the dog or the cat in the house, and then you think that the dog or the cat appreciates you, and you come home and the dog or the cat just tears your whole house up, scratches everything up, or chews everything up. Would you get mad at that dog? Like, what is wrong with you? I just saved your life. That dog didn't ask to get his life saved. And the same thing with some of these men. These men who are like pookies or losers, in a lot of cases, they just out here living their lives. And then here you come out of nowhere wanting to change their lives. You know, some of you ladies are, oh, I'm just a giver. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever told somebody that you're just a giver. Oh, thank you so much, Persian Princess, for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever told somebody that you're a giver. I want to see on Instagram too. Somebody says to the curb. See, the thing about it is nobody cares that you're a giver. I'll say that again. Nobody cares that you're a giver. Okay? Nobody cares. You just want to run around giving people stuff or doing for people in hopes that they give you something back. That, you know what that means? That means you're a selfish person. Because the only reason why you're this giving person is because you want somebody to give something back to you. That's selfish. Now, if you want to give and do all these sweet things for a man, that's cool. But you can't get mad at him for not giving it back to you. So some of you pookie pickers, you think you're going to have him come live with you and think he's going to repay you for something, I don't know, getting a job. No, nigga ain't gonna get no job. What are you talking about? Because if he would have got a job, he would have got a job before you. And here's the thing. Why would he get a job and he has you? I want that to sizzle in your spirit for a second. Why would he get a job and he has you? Pookies don't get jobs because they have a woman. Because guess what? The woman, the less Pookie does, the more the woman is going to do. It doesn't make sense for Pookie to go out and get a job. He probably never had a job before. Why don't he just sit back and just chill and just enjoy and eat up your food and let you wash his clothes and all that stuff? Why don't he just do that? That's a better life for Pookie. Sandra said, I had to learn the hard way, unfortunately. But why are y'all learning the hard way? I don't understand. I just don't understand. A lot of this is just common sense and normal. Like, why would you be with a man that doesn't have anything? How are you expecting a man to lead you and he doesn't have nothing? Grown ass man don't have nothing. That don't make no sense. And Instagram, I'm about to cut Instagram off, so go over to YouTube. But before I cut Instagram off, if somebody wants to go live and talk about this, say I want to go live. But in 5 minutes, I want to cut Instagram off. So come over to YouTube. But if you guys want to ask a question, because that's why I got Instagram up, say I want to go live. But if not, I'll just cut it off and y'all go over to YouTube. So I got a couple notes here, y'all. Oh, the YouTube channel is MrLetGo. Hold on. Let me do this. MrLetGo. There we go. Okay, so in 5 minutes, I'm cutting this off, so y'all go over to YouTube now. All right, so here's the thing, y'all, because now we're about to talk about the psychology of the Pookie picker. We're going to talk about Pookie picker psychology. Y'all ready? All right. Choosing a man that doesn't push you out of your comfort zone is part of the makeup of a Pookie picker. Okay, I'll say that again. Choosing a man that doesn't push you out of your comfort zone is a personality trait of a Pookie picker. The next one is you choose Pookie mainly because you choose who you are, which means some of you are Pookies also, but you're the female version of Pookie. So you're not really a loser's mom. You're like Pookie's mommy. See, some of you ladies are actually, you're so used to mommying everybody around you. I've said this in other videos. You mommy your siblings. You mommy your best friends. You mommy your own mother. You mommy your kids. And then you think you're going to turn this mommy energy off when you meet a man? No. Next thing you know, you walk like a mom. You act like a mom. You think like a mom. And a guy gets with you, and he's like, yo, she's a whole mommy out here. And then you get mad at the man for treating you like his mommy. This is the bottom line, y'all. You can't get mad at men for treating you the way you actually have presented yourself in which you possibly want to be treated. And I'm never going to say ladies are just, they want to be somebody's mommy. You don't want to be anything. You know, the guy in prison didn't want to go to jail, right? But do you think the man that went to jail for robbing a bank or went to jail for stealing a car or whatever, do you think that man had an idea that he can go to jail for his actions? Do you think that man who is in prison right now, do you think he had an idea that this can turn out and to be his fate? Do you think he had thoughts on this? This is something that can easily happen? The answer is yes. And this is the same thing with you ladies being pookie pickers and mommies. No, you didn't plan on being somebody's mommy. You didn't plan on being a pookie picker. But that's not the point. You went in a direction that could actually put you in a position of being somebody's mama because you wanted to skip steps. What is skipping steps? It's simple. Instead of getting your life together, instead of getting your shit together, instead of getting therapy, instead of getting some type of coaching, instead of you actually focusing on what you need to do, instead of you dating here, dating there, dating here, and until you find the right guy, nah, you didn't want to do all that. You just wanted to find the first guy that ran up on you because you lazy. You lazy. You don't feel like doing all that stuff. And since you are already, without even realizing, walking around acting like a mommy, you give out mommy energy. So the one guy that does run up on you is looking for a mommy. And he comes in the picture and he's loving all over you. He's calling you all the time. He's texting you. He's giving you all this attention. And you're like, oh my God, he loves me. No, he's just looking for a lick. You're his mommy. So hold on, y'all. All right, you Instagram, go over to YouTube right now. 5 seconds. I'm cutting Instagram off. I don't want to be rude. And when you come over to YouTube, make sure to hit the like button as you come over. And people on YouTube right now, make sure to hit the like button right now if you could. And if you don't know how to hit the like button, you're in a chat, right? So what you do is you hit the X on the side and it'll bring you out of the chat. And then you hit the like button and you hit the button again and you come back into the chat. So come out of the chat, y'all, real quick and hit the like button if you could. So that's how you guys do it on Instagram. So 5 more seconds, y'all. Go to YouTube. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go to YouTube, y'all. Okay. Ava asks, what's going on, bro? Ava asks, what is mommy behavior? We're going to talk about it. Real quick, though, before I answer that, let's just discuss some things. We're going to talk about cost real quick, okay? Some of you lazy women who are totally okay with getting with a guy that doesn't have as much as you. And it's not just the broke women. Some of the more degrees than a thermometer women, the women with the PhDs, the women with who makes all this money, who think black men need to step up, those women are the biggest pookie pickers. So this is for all types of women. This is not just for this type of woman. No, the affluent women are the main ones getting with pookie. So let's talk about the cost of picking a pookie versus the cost of picking a leader, okay? The cost of a leader is he's going to require you to sit your ass down somewhere and let him lead. You're not going to have control. You're going to have to relinquish your control to the leader, okay? Next, you're going to be required to fix your shit. That could be fix your credit. That could be fix your emotional triggers. That could be eating better. That could be getting your ass in the gym. Simple therapy. I think I said therapy already, but I want to say it again. Therapy. He's going to require you to stop being so damn argumentative. A leader is not going to put up with you being argumentative. A leader is not going to put up with you, period. Okay? If you think a man is going to put up with you, you're probably a pookie picker. Because a leader ain't going to put up with none of that mess. He's going to tell you to sit your ass down somewhere. Next is a leader is going to require you to listen more than you talk. So if you love to talk and blah, 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 a leader ain't going to put up with that mess. Get you a pookie. Because the leader ain't going to hear all that shit. So that is the cost of being with a leader. So what is the cost of being with a pookie? The cost of being with a pookie is you're going to have to be his mommy. Something you're used to being anyway, right? You aren't going to feel safe being with Pookie. Because Pookie, he's not really good at anything. Probably just sex or not leading, right? The next is, y'all aren't going to get married. Pookies don't marry nobody. Pookie just going to live with you, but he ain't going to leave. He is never going to leave. Pookie is never going to leave you. But you want to get married? That's the cost of being with a Pookie. He ain't going to marry you. Next, you'll be required to pay most of the bills. And it's not going to change. Because Pookie is not going to change. Pookie is just who he is. Next, he's going to cause you frustration and regret. And it's going to get worse. And like I said, he's not going to change. You cannot sit here and expect Pookie to change. Because now you're thinking unreasonable. No man is going to change just because he found you. Now you can inspire a man to change, but you can't make a man change. There's a difference between making a man change versus inspiring him to change. When you inspire a man, that is when you grab his face and say, you can do this. You got it, right? But imagine knowing a Pookie like that. Grabbing a Pookie's face. You got it. You can't even keep from laughing because you know he don't got it because he's stupid. You'll be lying to Pookie because you don't believe in Pookie. Pookie's stupid. So you can't even inspire Pookie because Pookie hasn't given you anything worth you inspiring him to do. That's not the reason why you got with Pookie. So a lot of you ladies get with these dudes because you have abandonment issues. Some of you got with these dudes because you got abandonment issues. Because like I said a second ago, one thing Pookie is not going to do is leave you. See, a leader, if he has to put up with too much bull crap, he's going to leave your ass. And then that's going to hurt you more than anything for those who have abandonment issues. But Pookie, he ain't got nowhere to stay. Pookie ain't going nowhere. Pookie will stay with you for 20 years. They give you 5 babies. And you're going to hate every second of it. Because every day you're going to be sitting there thinking like, man, I could have got with an actual man versus this little boy. But at least Pookie won't leave me. My abandonment issues are intact. So instead of you working on your abandonment issues in therapy, you'll get with a Pookie. See, a lot of times Pookie is actually your, what is the word? Just lost the word. Your coping mechanism. See, Pookie is using you as his coping mechanism because his life is so screwed up. And you are using Pookie as your coping mechanism because your life is so screwed up. And when I say life is screwed up, I'm not saying all your PhDs. I'm talking about your childhood. I'm talking about your relationship with your mom. I'm talking about your lack of relationship with your dad. I'm talking about how you grew up being the black sheep of the family, and it still hurts you to your core. So you can find Pookie, and Pookie was all of that stuff too. So now you and Pookie can relate with each other. So he's your coping mechanism, and you're his coping mechanism. But you have to respect Pookie as only being your coping mechanism, because other than that, he is not offering anything. He's simply a coping mechanism. That's like expecting weed to get up and start walking and talking. No, it's weed. Weed has no arms. Weed has no legs. It's not. That's not what it's there for. You know what I'm saying? Pookie is simply like alcohol, wine. He's just a coping mechanism. All right. A lot of you have a fear of control. You don't want to be controlled. You grew up with your mom telling you, don't let no man control you. Don't let no man tell you what to do. All this stupid stuff that your mama taught you. And now you don't necessarily know what to do with your life. Because you get with a good man, and guess what? You get with a good man and you run from him. Let's do this. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever met a good man and you self-sabotaged the situation. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever met a good man and you self-sabotaged the situation. I want to see. Because here's the thing, y'all. A lot of y'all sit here and say it ain't no good men out here. There's probably some good men in your DMs right now. But guess what? You ain't giving no play. A lot of you have met a good man, but he's not your type. You met a good man, but he's not tall enough. You met a good man, but he's too busy for you or something like that. And you start using all these excuses to run from the good man. We need to teach parents to be parents. Separation is not an excuse to abandon your children. The roots of most problems stem from being abandoned. Exactly, Leander. You are so right. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. So a lot of you have abandonment issues, okay? And because you have abandonment issues, you're afraid of not being good enough for that good man. You know, once you get with that good man, you're going to have to fix your stuff. And you don't want to fix your stuff. I see some 1s coming in. A lot of y'all don't want to fix your stuff. You don't think you need to change. You got anger issues. You got a lot of insecurities and more insecurities on top of insecurities. You don't want to fix those. You don't want to listen to no damn body. You talk too much. And you think a man's job is to sit here and listen to you babble about stupid stuff at work or whatever all the time. There's one thing about coming home talking about your job or what's going on at work, but don't nobody want to hear that shit every day. But you think that's a man's job. A Pookie, I'll sit there and listen. But a leader, he has shit to do. And he's going to tell you like, yo, look, I got stuff to do. I'm not going to sit here and just keep listening to you complain about the same problem over and over again. I gave you a solution to the problem, but you chose not to adhere to the solution. So stop it. Think Pookie gonna say that? No, Pookie gonna keep listening because Pookie needs somewhere to stay. So a real man or a leader isn't gonna put up with your shit. And you know that. You know how annoying you are. You know how condescending you are. You know how hard-headed you are. Because your mama told you. But you refuse to deal with your own stuff. And because you refuse to deal with your own stuff, because you refuse to get therapy, because you refuse to change, you're stuck entertaining pookies. And all you're gonna tell yourself is every single day of your life, it ain't no good men out here. Actually, it ain't no good women out here, because you want to be a good woman, but you haven't done the work. So with all that being said, you aren't a good woman, let alone somebody finding a good man. And actually, I did a video about this. I want y'all whenever y'all got a second, I'm gonna put it up here somewhere. But I did a video called "The 5 Reasons Why You May Not Be a Good Woman." I want y'all to go look at that. I'm gonna put it up here somewhere. But a lot of you would fail that test. Y'all want to be a good woman so bad. See, you're a good woman to a pookie. You're a good woman to a pookie. But you're not necessarily a good woman to a leader. Because you don't know how to sit down. You don't know how to shut up. You don't know how to listen. You don't know how to follow. Right? So that's the bottom line, y'all. You can run around saying you're a good woman all you want to, but a lot of you are only good women to pookies and not leaders. Because a leader is going to require more from a woman than you just doing whatever it is you do without dealing with your stuff. Greg says, we want Black women to be healthy and happy. Yes. I need you guys to be healthy and happy in your own lives before you get with a guy. If you guys are tired of dealing with losers, I need you to think about this. There's a reason why you keep entertaining losers. You only attract who you are. And I'm not saying you're a loser, but you may be a loser chooser. You may be a loser entertainer. See, Amaja says, I do have anger issues. See what I'm saying? A leader is not going to put up with your anger issues. Do you actually think a leader, a good man, is going to put up with you having anger issues? What do you think he's going to say? He's going to say, all right, so this is what we're going to do, Amaja. I see that you have anger issues, and it's okay. I need you to go get therapy. You know what I'm saying? I need you to go do A, B, and C. And I'll go do my thing too. I'll go to therapy too, because I know I'm not perfect, right? And then we'll reconvene. And guess what you're going to say? Don't tell me what to do. You're trying to control me. He's controlling, right? He's trying to control me. He's trying to make me change. Next thing you know, he's going to look at you and say, oh, okay. Well, so if you don't want to do that, guess what I'm about to do? I'm out. And here comes your abandonment issues. And here comes your victimization. He left me. He did this to me. No, he did this to your damn self. You get with Pookie. Pookie is not going to require you to do anything. Because Pookie doesn't want to be required to do anything. And you both are two somewhat emotionally lazy ass people. Because I don't want to call some of y'all lazy because y'all got more degrees in the thermostat or a thermometer. You got 8 degrees for some stupid reason. But, you know, so I want to call some of you degree having or degree addictions that some of you have. I don't want to say that you guys are lazy because it takes a lot to get 8 degrees, right? But emotionally, you're lazy. Some of you are emotionally lazy. See, some of y'all are cleaning a man's house, washing man's drawers. You're running around doing all this stuff, right? but you won't get therapy. You won't go to the gym. I'll say that part. You won't go to the gym. You won't, eat right. You won't lose weight. Now, I'm not talking about everybody, but you're running around washing the dude's clothes and cleaning up the dude's house and cooking for him every night, but you won't do the thing that a leader will require you to do, which is get in the gym. Do you see that? You'll do all these motherly duties, but you won't do the fine girl duties. You know what I'm saying? See, as an example, strippers, right? They are in the gym all the damn time because they got to make sure everything is right, right? But they're emotionally lazy. That's the reason why they're strippers. Can't find a good man to save their lives. So it's some people who are good at doing this, but they're emotionally unable to do that. So it's important for you to pay attention to where your emotional laziness is coming from. Because I'm not going to sit here and say women who go to the gym all the time are perfect. No, because some of these strippers out here, they're doing all kinds of goofy stuff, but they be in the gym, but they fine. But up here is screwed up. So I'm not just going to sit here and say you go to the gym, you get fine, and you're going to be okay. No, up here needs to be okay also. Greg says, clean out your personal closet. And this goes for men also, Greg. Not just women. And here's the thing. I said this earlier on a call with when I did a call with Ace. I said, if me and you were to run around with a magic wand and start popping men on the head and just magically making these men healed and making these men leaders and no longer pookies, a lot of you ladies would have even worse chances of finding a man. Because the reason why you attract pookies so much is because you have emotional issues. So if we were to take a magic wand and fix all these men's emotional issues, you still gonna be single. Because they surely want to go on and holler at you now. Because every man on earth is a leader. Every man on earth has these standards. Every man on earth has these requirements. And you sure gonna be sitting around talking, ain't no good men out here. It'll be good men out everywhere because I just magically made everybody good. But if you ain't good, that guy is not gonna choose you. So instead of you saying, I'm not in a position to actually get the type of person I want, you're gonna sit here and say, it ain't no good man out here. No. A lot of you have emotional triggers. A lot of you have emotional issues. A lot of you have issues from your childhood that you have not got resolved yet. You have not forgiven the people that hurt you yet. And you look for pookies to actually cope with what happened to you. So yeah, if I just had a magic wand, I made every man on earth a good man, you still won't end up being single. And that's what's sad. Because a lot of you, not all, but a lot of you have the same issues that Pookie has emotionally. But yeah, that's really all I got, y'all. I just wanted to share this with y'all and let you all know that some of you ladies are doing this to yourself. Some of you ladies are pookie pickers without even realizing it. I hear women all the time. I don't know why I keep attracting these type of guys. It ain't about who you're attracting. It's about who you're picking. And what is going on, you're frustrated because these pookies are not changing. He's a pookie. He's never going to change. Some of you are with a Pookie right now. And you're steady telling yourself that he's not a Pookie. Trying to make him into something that he's not. Getting mad as I don't know what. But at the end of the day, I just want the best for y'all. But a lot of times, you guys are your own enemy. And all y'all want to do is victimize yourself and blame men for every damn thing going on in your life and your unhappiness. You are responsible for your happiness, not us. And a lot of the things that are going on in your life happened way before you even were into boys or guys, because it happened to you from your parents or your uncles or your aunts or whatever. It's not on us. It's on you. A lot of times we did not do anything to you. We just triggered you. I tell a lot of women, he did not break your heart. He broke your narrative. He did not hurt you. He triggered you. And that trigger came from when you were a little girl. And we're just reminding you of what actually happened, which we brought that feeling back up. But a lot of times we didn't do it. Not saying that men are perfect, but a lot of times this is a you thing and not a them thing or us thing. Ahmad just said, "You're right, MrLetGo. I need to seek a therapist, and I'm not upset about that." That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not a therapist, but I'm a coach, and I can help you, or I can simply be a prerequisite to your therapy. So send me a DM to Mr_letgo on Instagram, and we'll set up a one-on-one, and we'll talk about it. So if anybody is afraid of therapy for whatever reason, and you're not ready for it, like, schedule a one-on-one with me. Go to my Instagram, Mr_letgo, and I'll send you a link to do a one-on-one, and we can get started. But all I'm saying is, you beautiful women, we got to work on your inner beauty. You know what I mean? And all this money y'all spending on your hair and the makeup and all this other stuff and eyelashes and your eyebrows. Some of this mess costs. I heard some women's eyelashes was $200. So instead of working on or being so concerned with what's on top of your head, which is just hair, these wigs, or weave or whatever, spend some time with me or a therapist or whatever on what's inside of your head. Because what's inside of your head is what's going to get you married. What's on top of your head is going to get somebody to pay attention to you. I'll say that again. What's inside of your head, your emotional well-being, your emotional intelligence, that is what's going to get you married. But what's on top of your head is what's going to get you the attention. And my question is, do you want attention or do you want a husband? You want a husband, you got to work on what's inside of your head and not what's on top of your head. And with all that being said, y'all have a good night. I'm about to get back on Clubhouse and inspire a lot more people. Frankie Bursey, I appreciate you with the $5 super sticker. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night. But like I said, if y'all need anything from me, just send me a DM, Mr_letgo. You know, what is it? It's right here. You know what I mean? Just hit me up. And y'all have a wonderful night. Hold on. Jessica says, my dad used to say this to me all the time. Focus on your inside. Fill your head with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Thank you so much, Jessica. I totally agree with that. That's what we got to do, y'all. We focus on hair way too much, ladies. Hair is not going to save your life. Hair is not going to get you married, especially when it's somebody else's hair. We got to focus on our mental well-being, our emotional well-being. And with that being said, y'all have a good night.